Hello, I'm MC Toon, and today I have a special treat. It is a $10,000 challenge. That's right, a $10,000 challenge. Flat Earthers issue challenges all the time. And do they pay up? No, they don't. They never do. The reason why they never pay up is because they are the sole judge of the competition, and they decided before they issued the challenge that it's impossible, and no matter what anybody does, they will reject the answer. But not me. I won't be doing that. The reason why is because the judging at the discretion of the challenge solver can be an independent panel of judges, and they can decide instead of me if it's a valid thing. But let me get into a little history. I solved the $100,000 challenge by Flat Out Hero, and right here are two of the three parts of the map that I used to do that. He issued a challenge to do a triangular flight path over the Earth where each of the corners was essentially 90 degrees. He said start at one spot, do 90-degree turn, and come back to where you started. All the legs are the same length. Well, that requires a 270-degree triangle, which is perfectly possible on a sphere. I did it. I won $100,000. Here's what I did, though, to him. I said, keep the money. Send half of it to charity. I told him the charity, World Vision. I said, on your honor, send that money to World Vision. Because he insists that he is good for his money and that he is a man of integrity. You can be the judge of that. And then I said, keep the other half. The other half is yours to hold on to. And what I'll do is I'm going to issue challenges for it. And if anybody wins the challenge, I'll just have them receive the money from you, the $1,000 monthly payments as he promised to make. So far, I have issued one challenge to make some maps to tape together maps using some of the official maps from the U.S. Geological Survey. And if they're flat, then you win. So far, nobody has even entered. This one, maybe people will try. I don't know. Probably not. Because Flat Earth isn't about science. Flat Earth isn't about exploring our world. Flat Earth is starting with a conclusion and then shopping for evidence that supports it and ignoring everything else. But we'll see. Maybe somebody will give it a shot. So how am I going to do this? Well, there's 4 criteria, I think, for a good challenge. And so I have on my website what I call the legit challenge framework at mc2.net. If you go there, and then you look for the legit challenge framework, and I'll put that in the description right there. And it lists out 4 criteria for a legit challenge, for requirements, right? Clear criteria, well spelled out requirements, number 1. Number 2, unmodifiable criteria, because flat earthers, we know, love to move the goalposts. I am limiting myself intentionally to not be able to move the goalposts, and I'll tell you how I do that. Proof of ability to pay. Well, I have won Flat Out Hero's $100,000 challenge, so he owes me $50. He owes $50 to World Vision. I'm doing just $10,000. So if anybody wins, I will sign over the debt from Flat Out Hero to me to Flat Out Hero to the winner of the challenge. And number 4, an option for independent judging. So the deal is, if somebody submits a challenge, I can say yes or no whether or not I think it answers the challenge. And if it's no, if I say no, then they can, at their discretion, go for the independent panel. The independent channel is I choose a judge. The panel needs to be qualified individuals, right? So I choose a judge. The challenge solver chooses a judge, and then we go on Reddit and we create a poll on Reddit. And after a week time span, the Reddit group votes on a third judge. So that panel of judges then gets to decide. So the actual challenge is mctoon.net/gravity challenge. And here's the thing. The clear criteria, I lay it out in there, the clear criteria. The second, unmodifiable criteria. Now, how do I have unmodifiable criteria? Well, I have a file on my website. It's a zip file. Inside that zip file is a text file. That text file has a SHA-256 hash. Right? I put it in the live chat. I'll put it on the screen here in a second. I cannot change that hash. There's no way to change it. It is that that is the SHA hash. And anybody that knows about secure hashing algorithm knows that that you can't just make up stuff. I can't go and change random stuff without the hash changing as well. So the criteria that has been set now is set in stone. I cannot change it. I'm going to have on screen in a second the actual hash, and the it's on the website, and so anybody can go and later find out if that, and they can download the challenge and see, is the file different? Does it have the same hash? Anybody can do that themselves. If it's different, then you know that I changed the criteria. If it's the same, I did not change it. So let's do this right now. Put it on the screen. Text is that. Oops, that's the wrong one. I need to put it on the scene that I'm on right now so everybody sees it. Because you want to see it. There we go. Bear with me just a second. It's long because the SHA-256 hash is big. There we go. Sometimes you just look at the beginning and ending to see if it's somewhat similar. Oh my gosh, it is giant. A SHA-256 hash is really big. And hey, flat earthers, there's 3 7s in a row on it. What's that mean? I don't know, it means something, doesn't it, to you? So, oh my, still shrinking it. There it is. Right across the bottom of the screen it will be. All right. How's that? So there it is. Is hash legal where I live? It is not in Minnesota, not that type of hash. So this is a secure hash. So that number right across the bottom here, 5D2FB5777, that. So you can take that text file and you can do a SHA-256 yourself on it and find that it's the same. So the criteria cannot be modified. Proof of ability to pay. Flat Out Hero owes me that money. And then an option for independent judging. So there it is. Now, what is the actual challenge? Now, it is on the website there on that link that I said, mctoon.net/gravity challenge. The deal is that the law of gravitational attraction is F equals m g times m1 times m2 over r squared. And that describes the about 9.8 meters per second squared acceleration due to gravity all over the surface of the Earth. Or the acceleration due to density or whatever. But it is an acceleration. You can't deny that. Anybody denying that just doesn't understand. And can be summarily dismissed. But the value of that isn't the same. The magnitude varies all over the Earth. So here's the deal. I use the mass of the Earth. I use the distance. This is all spherical model here. Heliocentric model. The distance from the center of the Earth to the surface of the Earth at a particular location. And I use the centrifugal force. Calculate all three of those things together to get the actual closer, more precise prediction of this, of the accelerating force at particular areas. Now, all over the Earth, people have measured this using precise downward acceleration meters at their accelerometers. And there's two kinds. One kind is it automatically lifts up a mass inside of an evacuated chamber that's temperature controlled, and then uses an extremely precise clock, a cesium clock typically, to measure how long it takes from it interrupting a laser at the top to interrupting a laser at the bottom. And that gets the acceleration there. The other is that's the most precise. The second version is a torsion balance. Again, it's in a temperature controlled and evacuated chamber that uses a mass and a balance, and then it measures the force on that mass. They get about 9 digits of precision of accuracy in meters per second squared. And I have my calculations using the three factors that I mentioned: gravity, distance, generic gravity of the mass of the Earth, but including the accurate distance for the elevation, and then third, centrifugal force. I get accuracy of better than 0.1% error. So the challenge then is to use. We're going to do this. I'm going to pick multiple locations where these measurements have been taken. And we're going to use the formula that the challenger, the challenge solver produces. We're going to compare it to my formula. Whoever's closer wins. If I'm closer, I win. That's it. Nobody pays out any money. If you're closer, if you get a better, more accurate prediction of the downward accelerating force, you win. So there's zero risk. Put your mouth where my money is. That's what I'm saying. So there is the International Gravity Standardization Network 1971, or IGSN 71. There are thousands of documented measurements of the value, the magnitude of the downward acceleration all over the Earth, and these are in databases that you can get. So I will make those available. But I'm not saying which particular ones, because of course you can't. I'm not going to let you tune the formula to just answer that particular question, right? So it includes submission methods that are acceptable: a YouTube video, a web page on your web server. You can email it to me. You could put it on a publicly accessible place on the internet, right? You need to send me an email, and a video doesn't handle it. My email address is mctune.net, mctune@mctune.net, and I'll send you back a confirmation receipt. The prize is $100,000, or that $10,000, and you will get this. Even if Flat Out Hero doesn't pay you. Right here. This is the trophy that you will get. This is actually part of it. On top of it is a Frisbee. It goes with it. Now, I will also include a globe that goes with it. Sometimes I have it here. It's actually a globe. It's a globe that has a... it's lit inside. Oh, it's right over here. Just a second. This comes with it as the prize. It is micro USB charged, and it's dead, unfortunately. But it glows. You can put it up here, right? But you'll have a Frisbee. You'll have a Frisbee on it. You can proudly display this trophy that I made myself. I'll send it to you. So there you go. That plus the $10,000 from Flat Out Hero. If somebody else has already depleted the winnings through other challenges that I've issued, then you don't get any winnings, but you still get that wonderful trophy. Only one entry can win. Now, this video is not the actual description, the actual official challenge. The official challenge is the text document that you can download on my website. At that website is a reproduction of it on the website, but the actual thing is the file in there. So let's see, the judging. I'm the primary judge. Should an entry be submitted and rejected by me, the rejection is and the submitter rejects my rejection. A panel of 3 experts shall be named in accordance with the legit challenge framework. So I have this other framework specification. So the judges must be qualified in one of the following ways: a professional mechanical, architectural, structure, or aerospace engineer with at least 5 years experience working currently in the field; a mechanical, architectural, structure, aerospace engineering professor at college or higher level with at least 5 years experience and currently teaching at that level; a physics teacher with at least 5 years experience teaching physics at high school or college level and currently teaching at that level. So any of the judges need to have that qualification. The expiration, there is no expiration date. That's it. If a winner is ever declared and prizes are awarded, then the challenge expires. Of course, this is all in the document. Then I go over in detail how I'm going to do it, so you could actually produce and know what my exact to the decimal prediction is going to be, because I gave all the details in the document as well, including links to websites for tools that I use. So let's see, and that is it, right? That is the essentials of the challenge. Again, as I said, this video is not the official challenge. The text file on my website is the official challenge. So I always refer to that as the official document to look at. So, flat earthers, you say gravity doesn't exist, despite centuries of confirmation that it does. It's just a empty claim, but this is your chance. Put something to it. If you say it's a density disequilibrium, well, somehow there is an acceleration. And that acceleration even happens in a vacuum or an evacuated chamber where there's nearly no air in it. And the things that are in there accelerate at nearly the same acceleration. In fact, with a very strong evacuated chamber, it's immeasurable, the difference. So what is it? How does that happen? This is your chance. So I don't ever want to hear any flat earthers say gravity doesn't exist, because you need to provide first a disproof of gravity, which nobody's ever actually tried. They just say helium balloons go up, which is completely predicted by gravity. And they never produce an alternative. So people like Sleeping Warrior, Nathan Oakley, Quantum Eraser, Nathan Thompson, Eric Dubay, Bob Nodell, you guys, sack up. Here's $10,000 for you. Here's a challenge for you. Actually participate in science. Okay? To actually really have something of predictable value. That's science, is that you can predict things with it. So, there it is in a nutshell. Go to my website, mctoon.net/gravity challenge, and it will be on my main website as well, linked from there. I will go to some discussion from the live audience here, if there are any. And so if you are just looking for the details of it, you go ahead, flat earthers, get to work. You got a lot of work to do. It's on you now. So, helium balloons fall in a vacuum. And yes, they do. Helium balloons do fall in a vacuum. says Booleanator. I had somebody say that to me the other week. How come helium balloons go up? Gravity fails. I said, well, helium balloons fall in an evacuated chamber. He said, well, that's not natural. Well, first of all, when science talks about what is and is not natural, we are talking about the natural world versus spiritual or metaphysical or, ghosts and spirits and psychics and emotions. Those things are not science, right? Science is the natural world, which means physical world, things that we can test. So it does not mean anything that people have made is unnatural. That's not what that means. Because if that was the case, then nothing ever could be used in science, including a helium-filled balloon, because helium-filled balloons do not happen in nature. So the very question that he was asking is unnatural. And then he's trying to use unnatural as a rejection in the second part of the answer. No, you don't get to pick and choose. In fact, saying it's not natural is a rejection anyway. So you're gone. So yeah, a helium balloon falls in an evacuated chamber, just as gravity predicts. And they do go up, just as gravity predicts, because buoyancy is reliant on gravity. The air here, when you have a balloon here, it is less dense than the air, and it has less force pulling it down than this air. So this air says, I'm going here, you're going that way. That's how it works. So gravity is the reason why helium balloons go up and hot air balloons go up. So Jose JG says, gravity doesn't exist. You can PayPal me $600 at a time. Will do. Thanks. Turns out just saying gravity doesn't exist doesn't cut it. So Quantum Degreaser says dropity, direction of which is determined by downity. Did I win? You did not. Peter Cranston for 5 Australians says, try telling Elon Musk gravity is not real. Exactly. They do need to do a little bit of calculation in those rockets. And they don't just get to plug in 9.8 meters per second squared, because as you go up in elevation, that acceleration changes. Birds and butterflies. Birds and butterflies, well, there's more than one force going on at a time, of course. A butterfly has a mass. That mass is accepted by is affected by gravity, and it's pulled down. When it flaps its wings, there's an up force from the wing flapping. They counteract each other. When the up force from the wing flapping is greater than the down force from the gravity, it goes up. Aaron Findley says gravity is the best way to stay grounded. It certainly is a great way. Some people will say you need to walk barefoot in the woods to be grounded. Whatever. So, what if I submit Nordstrom's theory of gravity? Clive, I don't know what Nordstrom's theory of gravity is. Yeah. Will it predict different... it's a great... You know what? That's a fan... Of course, people with brains are going to try to, can I do this too? And maybe there is, but the deal is to predict using not mass-to-mass attraction, but maybe something else, but to predict the specific quantity of downward acceleration, the magnitude, at different areas of the Earth. So, I don't know. Have a look at the challenge and see if it even applies. Maybe it does. And I'm sure Flat Out Hero would be happy to start sending you $1,000 a month for the next 10 months. Fohammer335 says, MT2's going to get beat by Clive. If anybody's going to beat me, it's probably Clive going to do it. So, I prefer levity, says, oh my goodness. Oh, Chris Durham, music channel. Oh, at first I thought that was a hard thing to say. It's all lowercase. So Chris Durham music channel says I prefer levity. It's more fun and makes me happy. Yes, it does. Levity is very happy. Pushytrons are an excellent name for a bunch of nothingness. What's the link to the challenge again, please? I'll give that to you again here. And of course, I will put it in the description. But it's mc2.net/gravity challenge. And I do have a link to the legit challenge framework, which is at 0.9b at the time. So if anybody would like to read the legit challenge framework and propose any modifications to the framework, I'm open to that. So, my goodness. Sparks the Fox Kichi says, gravity is not constant throughout the entire planet. Varies in different parts of the world, although the average gravity unit on the planet is 1g. Yes, it is. And that is the whole point, is predicting the variation in gravity. The lowest gravity magnitude is like at the top of Mount Chimborazo, for example, in Ecuador. Some of the lowest values, because it's the farthest away from the center of mass, and it's where the highest centrifugal force is. And the highest, did I say it right? The highest magnitude for the value of that downward acceleration is on the floor of the ocean near the North Pole. And there are some gravity measurements there as well, because it's closer to the center of mass, and there's the centrifugal force is extremely small. Andreas Eld for 50 secs. So if I say gravity does not exist, but Einstein's field equations do I win? Feel free to use Einstein's field equations, simplify them down to a particular method of solving for the acceleration due to gravity, which is the same as Newton's formula. And you'll find that you have the same formula as me, with the one addition of the Lorentz factor, which at these quantities will be too close to 1 to bother factoring in. So you'll wind up with the same answer. But feel free to go ahead and I would love to see somebody actually use Einstein's field equations to do this. It's pretty challenging. Ilya Moon for $2 says tab, and one more. I haven't had enough. Hold on. I gotta double fist my tab here. It's just water. All right. Pushy Trinos pass directly through the flat earth, though. Very nice. As Bob the Science Guy, the Stingray's pushytrons are based on a legitimate hypothesis that fails due to thermodynamics. That's interesting. I thought it was just a joke. Wow, that's funny. Jose HAG says, if I dedicate a few years of my life to accomplishment, you will pay the money. This flat out hero is BS. Address that. Be honest. No. Flat out hero owes the money. So I told him, I gave that to him. I said, look, keep the money. I'm going to do challenges. So this is number 2. Jose says, show me the money, not someone else's. It is owed to me. If anybody disagrees, you go and look at the video challenge by Flat Out Hero and the video response by me. So Peter Miss Prime for 5 Australian says, can't I just deny everything and call you a religious zealot? I guess, because that's what they like to do. So what's the hash at the bottom of the screen about? Dr. Rockzo says that is the secure hash, the SHA-256 hash of the text file that is the actual challenge, right? So I cannot modify that text file. The criteria of the challenge are forever unmodifiable. So this video, download this video, or write down that number. Do something so that you can verify that it is the same as the hash you do, right? So when you do that, you can say, yes, definitely the same criteria has been there, and he has not changed the criteria. So, Jose, it's not for you anyway. It's for flat earthers to, try something, but they won't. Flat earthers don't have any ramifications for their claims, of course. Did Flat Out Hero pull a gun on Conspiracy Cats on Non Sequitur Show? I believe he did, yes. That doesn't look like hash browns. It is not hash browns. It is a secure hash. Kitsumi Cavalier. I vote that you won Flat Out Heroes Challenge because you're the only one modeled it on a physical hemisphere. Flat Out Hero did not limit the number of winners. So technically he owes a lot of people a lot of money. So a lot. So there you go. Any other questions? Any I know you all haven't had a chance to read over it. So as I said, the actual website has a reproduction of the text file. Feel free to download the text file and do a byte-by-byte comparison of what's on the screen there. So if you have questions about it, send me an email. If you think that, if you're like, oh, you left a hole here, you did something weird here, I'd love to hear about it. I wrote this, I sent it to a few people to review, and did not get anything that people identified as wrong. Oh, Flat Out Hero pulled out an automatic pistol and cocked it at the screen. Conspiracy Cats looked pretty freaked out. Why did I not see that? So, Smart Pants says, MC Toon, debate Eric Dubay. Okay. I'm ready. Eric Dubay has been silent. Simon Dan did 3 videos in a row on Flat Earth Friday on Eric Dubay. Every time Simon Dan challenged Eric Dubay to debate me on Simon Dan's channel. And so far, just silence. So yes, I am ready for Eric Dubay right now. Where is he? Eric Dubay, where you at, man? Let's debate. Surely you would not. You, the king of Flat Earth. You would not be scared of me. I mean, I could not be the one intimidating you. Right? That's you would not just, right? Certainly that would not happen. Right? So, is there any extra credit if it all rhymes? Yes, you get extra credit if your answer rhymes. So, Theo Fungi says, I may have missed who you appointed the moderator of your challenge. So the moderator, if I'm the primary judge, and if the one that submits a challenge rejects my rejection, then a panel of 3 independent judges is then formed. There are criteria on what they need to, on their credentials. They need to be working in a field of some particular profession, technical profession of mechanical, architectural, structure, aerospace engineer. They need to be working in that field or teaching in that field, or a physics teacher at high school or college level is essentially it. So Microraptor's asking, no Victor today. No, Victor messaged me about 2 hours before it was to happen. The debate was to happen, so about 2 o'clock Central Time, and said he can't. He's working on his van. I'm like, at 10 o'clock at night, you're working on your van? And he had some bunch of words together that were all English words, but in that particular sequence, I didn't understand what he meant. But yeah, so he agreed. He's like, I can come on next week. So, okay. So we'll see. Further, Dion Smo was going to be on tonight talking 5G. But he has both been under the weather and busy. He was camping or something, and he said he got COVID. So I don't know if he did or not, but for real, because he says a lot of things. But anyway, he also agreed to come on next week. So I had three people set up for tonight, and one showed up. Thank you to Zachariah. So Aaron Findlay, MC Toon versus Eric Dubay would be great. I would watch live no matter when. Yes, I would watch too if I guess I'd have to. I'd be there. So Dubay is waiting for people to forget about it to make another video. Apparently he did, but somebody sent that. Okay, Vincent Doan says, I really could use this money, but unfortunately it's not possible because the Earth is a globe. That's right. And I actually yesterday posted on Facebook a thing on a couple different groups challenging flat earthers to do this exact same thing, just in a generic form, not with any prize or anything. And nobody even attempted. They all had deflection and name calling and all sorts of nothingness, right? Memes. None of them actually tried to live up to the ramifications of their claims, right? Gravity doesn't exist. Something makes it go down. What is it? How do you quantify that? So, Martin H., don't do it. Victor is bloody crazy. He is. If I didn't let any crazy people on, I would never have a debate. What are you talking about? So, you know that Samoa's lying because he believes that nasty virus is fake. Yes. I am fully aware of the strangeness of his claim. So maybe he had a change of heart once he got it. Call it COVID karma, I guess. Let's see, Dr. Rock. So I've pulled all-nighters to get my POS running for work before. I've had plenty of time where I spent hours and hours on a vehicle. So, in fact, I replaced the air conditioner in my car last summer, and people on the Discord server. What Discord server was it? The Crashes Discord server were super helpful. Has any flat earther ever tried to be a Poe, but in the other direction? That's interesting. Has any flat earther tried to pretend to be a globe earther? Probably. But the thing is, like to pretend to be a flat earther, you just say crazy, goofy, off-the-wall things that don't make sense. To pretend to be a glober, you just say things that make sense. So, I don't know if you could really identify them differently from, it would just sound normal. So, Dr. Rock, so I hate AC work. I do too. It was tough. So, Karen karma, yes. There is a lot of COVID karma going on. So, all right. Smart Pants. According to Neil, it's pear-shaped, not a globe. You're correct. It is, as he said, slightly pear-shaped. It is slightly wider south of the equator. Very slightly. Smart Pants, are you a flat earther? Are you being serious here? It's hard to tell if you're being sarcastic or just a flat earther. My sarcasm sensors have been damaged by flat earthers. But he's the one that said that I should debate Eric Dubay as if I wouldn't. Of course I would. So, but tell you, Smart Pants, you want to debate, you could. Right now, send me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net. I don't want to make this too long. This is a challenge video. And so I don't want to get off track. I just want to let this stand alone as a challenge to flat earthers to accurately predict the magnitude of the downward acceleration. So there it is. Ooh, Smart Pants says he's a non-glober. Well, Smart Pants, if you want to, right now, send me an email. I'll start up a new stream, and we'll have at it. You can present all your good old evidence. All your good old evidence. mctoon@mctoon.net. I'll put it in here. So there you go. If Dubé comes on, ban me from chat mods. I have no time for Holocaust deniers. The swearing will be epic. He is a severe turd burglar, no doubt. No doubt. Hey, Smart Pants, I don't have an email yet. I don't have that email yet. So there it is. Any other questions before I wrap this up? Any other questions? I look forward to some submissions. I really hope that some Flat Earthers give it a shot. Unlike Flat Earth challenges, no goalpost moving, clear criteria, money in the form of Flat Out Heroes debt owed to me that will be handed over to you, and an option for independent judging. Out of my hands, right? Michael Jordan 3-point jump shot. Show me the money. Show me the money. Just wondered. No, sorry. That doesn't work. So, all right. Well, people, if you see a live stream start in just a minute, it's because Smart Pants decided to come to a debate. Everybody else, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate that you are here. And Flat Earthers, send that challenge along. I can't wait to see what you got.